Today we will learn about the design of type 3 aqueduct. So before going to the design, we have to understand what is an aqueduct, what is a type 3 aqueduct. Aqueduct is a type of cross drainage work. We have studied cross drainage works. These are constructed when a natural drainage and an artificial drainage intersect. So as we all know, cross drainage works are of three. Either the canal can be taken over the natural drainage, or canal can be taken below the natural drainage, or the canal and natural drainage can be in the same level. So aqueduct is a type of cross drainage work when the canal is taken over the natural drainage. It is known as aqueduct especially when the canal bed level is above the high flood level of the natural drainage. Now, what is a type 3 aqueduct? As you all know, there are three types: type 1, type 2 and type 3. Depends upon the cross section. If proper banks are provided on either sides with outer slopes, then it is a type 1. Cross section will be higher. Type 2 is when the outer slopes of banks are avoided and some retaining walls are provided, then it is a type 2. Type 3 is the type in which the canal is constructed with pure concrete trough. That is, the entire cross section will be taken through a concrete, or there won't be any banks provided, but the water will be flowing through a concrete trough. So let's see what are the design steps. There are 5 steps mainly. First one is the design of drainage waterway, then design of canal waterway, then the head loss determination and bed level determination at different sections, design of transitions, design of the trough. In first case, design of drainage waterway, it is nothing but we have to fix what will be the width of the drainage, natural drainage. If the natural drainage width is given, we can take that, but sometimes the discharge will be given. From the discharge, how will we attain the width of natural drainage? Because natural drainage is important because the length of cross drainage work depends upon the width of natural drainage, because the canal is crossing the natural drainage. So the width of natural drainage should be same as that of the length of cross drainage work. Here, length of aqueduct. Second one is design of canal waterway. The canal waterway is nothing but how the shape should be. In the design of aqueduct, usually the cross section will be reduced in order to attain economy. So in how much distance this width can be reduced and all will be designed. Third one is head loss determination and bed level determination at different sections. That is usually done in order to maintain a constant depth throughout the hydraulic structure. What should be the bed level provided at each point? For that, we will find the head loss at each point and we will negotiate with the calculation so that a constant value of 1 point constant water depth will be maintained at each section. Next one is design of transition. The design of transition is nothing but the cross section varies in an aqueduct. So how that variation comes and at each section what is the width provided will be depending. Then design of trough is nothing but the cross section of aqueduct provided. So this is a typical layout of a type 3 aqueduct. As you can see, these are divided into some 3 zones. First one is a transition zone when the actual width of canal will be getting reduced to a less width to the aqueduct width. Now aqueduct is provided. You can see the natural drainage width. In the natural drainage width or zone, the width of canal is reduced to a lesser value. Then again it will be expanded and it will be attaining its actual width. As you can see, from actual width to a lesser width, that width is obtained by a slope of 2:1, whereas from this lesser width to the actual width, it will be obtained through a slope of 3:1. So this you have to remember. This is a typical layout of a type 3 aqueduct. As I have said, aqueduct is nothing but the canal bed level is above high flood level of natural drainage, and the entire cross section will be of artificial material such as concrete, and some inspection road will also be provided. So let's see with the question. Design a suitable cross drainage work given the following data of the crossing of canal and a drainage. Details of the canal are as follows. Full supply discharge 32 meter cube per second, full supply level, reduced level of 213.5, canal bed level, reduced level of 212, canal bed width 20 meter, trapezoidal canal section width 1.5 horizontal is to 1 vertical slope, canal water depth 1.5 meter. Drainage details, natural drainage details, high flood discharge 300 cumex, high flood level 210 meter, high flood depth 2.5 meter, general ground level 212.5 meter. So in the question it is said that design a suitable cross drainage work. They haven't mentioned whether it is an aqueduct, whether it is a siphon aqueduct, like that. So we have to find out what type of cross drainage work has to be provided. So in order to find what type of cross drainage work can be provided, we have to compare the canal bed level and high flood level. In the question, as you can see, canal bed level is 212, high flood level is 210. That is, canal bed level is above the high flood level. Hence, aqueduct can be provided. Aqueduct is the structure that has to be provided. So it is fixed that aqueduct has to be provided. Now in your syllabus you have design of type 3 only. So type 3 has to be provided. Okay, so first one is the design of drainage waterway. In that step we have to find the width of drainage. Lacy's regime parameter is given by 4.75 root q, substituting the q value for the drainage. For the drainage, high flood discharge was given as 300 cumex. So substituting for q, you will get the width of drainage as 82.3 meter. So the width of drainage is obtained as 82.3 meter. Now